Yáng Dézhì. Yáng Dézhì simplified Chinese, Yáng Dézhì traditional Chinese, Yáng Dézhì. Pinyin, Yáng Dézhì, January 13, 1911, October 25, 1994. He was senior military officer in the North China or Fifth Field Army, a veteran of the Korean War and commander in China during the Sino-Vietnamese War. Early life. Yáng Dézhì was a native of Nanyangkiao in Liaoning County, Hunan Province, the son of a blacksmith. He worked as a miner at Enyuan coal mine near Pingsing at the age of 16, 1926, and may have heard Mao Zedong speak during the 1927 strike organization efforts. He later joined a force that followed Mao to Changsha in the summer of 1927 and was defeated in that aborted uprising. Joining the CCP in 1928, Yang fought in the early battles around the Jingyang Mountains and was assigned to Lin Biao's 28th Regiment, where he participated in battles in Jiangxi and Fujian in 1929. After 1932, Yang commanded the 1st Regiment, 1st Division under Lin and Nai Rongzhen during the Long March. 1930s. During the 1930s and 1940s, Yang commanded the 344th Brigade of the 115th Division, the 1st column of the Field Army of the Shaanxi Hebei, Shandong Henan Military Area, and the 2nd and 19th Army Groups of the Northern China Military District. During the Second Sino-Japanese War, Yang studied at the Counter-Japanese University in 1937. In the late 1938, in southern Hebei, the 343rd Brigade joined Yang Yang's 68th Regiment to form the unit known to the KMT as the 2nd Column of the 8th Route Army, under the command of Yáng Dézhì, with Yang Yang as his deputy and Su Zhenhua as political commissar. This 685th Regiment of the 344th Brigade would be Yang's main force in the Chai-Luyu military region until the end of the Sino-Japanese War in 1945. Civil War. Throughout 1946–48, Yang faced very strong nationalist forces in the area between Beiping, not yet renamed Beijing, Tianjin, and Manchuria. In August 1946, Yang and Zhao retreated in the face of an onslaught by 3 reinforced nationalist corps concentrated on the rail lines between Beiping and Shenyang. In April 1948, Yang commanded the 2nd Army, later redesignated the 19th under the North China military region of Nai Rongzhen and Zhu Ziyangqi. His deputy was Zhang Biao and the political commissar Luo Ruiqing. The 19th Group Army, established in August 1947, brought together several officers who would take prominent roles in post-liberation China. Among these were Zhang Biao, Luo Ruiqing, Yang Chengwu, Pan Zili, and Yáng Dézhì. In the spring of 1949, Yang's now 19th Army besieged Taiyuan, where Yang worked closely with Zhu Ziyangqi's 18th Army. Following that battle, Yang reinforced Peng Dehuai at Lanzhou and remained with him into Ningxia through 1949. Yáng Dézhì established the Ningxia Military Control Committee and commanded the local military district as the Civil War drew to a close. Korea. The outbreak of hostilities on the Korean peninsula led to Yang's 19th Army being pre-positioned in Shandong, where it was re-equipped with new Russian arms. Yang led the 19th Army, 1st Field Army, to reinforce Peng Dehuai's Chinese People's Volunteers (CPV) in Korea in February 1951 as deputy commander of the CPV. Yang's forces participated in the 5th Offensive against the ROK 1st Division and British 29th Brigade, destroying the Gloucester Battalion during the push towards Seoul. In May 1952, his forces were driven back from Chorwon and, suffering heavy casualties, withdrew north for reinforcements from Yang Chengwu's 20th Army. Yang remained in Korea until 1955 and was overall commander of the CPV during 1954–55. Regional commands. Yang studied at the Nanjing Advanced Military Institute after returning from Korea, graduating in 1958 and being named commander of the Jinan military region, a post he would hold until the mid-1970s. Yang's first post-liberation assignment was as Shaanxi Military District MD, provincial commander. He later rose to command the Jinan military region September 1958, January 1974, Shandong MD April 1971, January 1974, Wuhan military region January 1974, January 1979, and Kunming military region January 1979, February. National Office. Yang took over from Deng Xiaoping as PLA Chief of Staff in February 1980, joined the Standing Committee of the CCP Military Affairs Commission, and was named a Vice Minister of National Defense a month later. He was a member of the 11th and 12th Politburos, 1977–87. Yáng Dézhì was awarded the rank of general in 1955 and served as an alternate member of the 8th Central Committee 1956–69. He was elevated to full membership at the 9th CC in 1969 and retained that status through the 12th CC 1982–87, where he served as a full Politburo member. General Yang also served on the CC Secretariat February 1980–September 1982, and on the Military Affairs Committee from 1980 to 1987. He was Vice Minister of National Defense during much of the 1980s. General Yáng Dézhì retired from his party and military posts in November 1987, together with Marshal Zhu Ziyanqian and Nai Rongzhen Defense Minister Zhang Aping and General Political Department Director Yu Qilai. During the Tiananmen Square protests of spring 1989, Yáng Dézhì joined former Minister of Defense Zhang Aping and 5 other retired generals in opposing the enforcement of martial law by the army in Beijing. Due to the exigent circumstances, we as old soldiers make the following request, since the People's Army belongs to the people. It cannot stand against the people, much less kill the people, and must not be permitted to fire on the people and cause bloodshed. To prevent the situation from escalating, the army must not enter the city. The 3 Yangs. There are several photos of 3 generals surnamed Yang, and together with their service records and official writings, it appears that Generals Yáng Dézhì, Yang Yang, and Yang Chengwu were particularly close comrades in arms. When Yang Chengwu was political commissar of the 1st Division, Yáng Dézhì was commander of the 2nd Division, and Yang Yang was political commissar of the 4th Division, all in the 1st Front Army. A decade or so later, Yáng Dézhì commanded the 19th Army Group, Yang Chengwu the 20th, and Yang Yang the 5th, all in the 2nd Field Army. In Korea, the 3 fought together as well.